My name is Sean Blake. I am a business representative with the Carpenters Union. I met Chris Campbell back in the late 90s. I started my career as an apprentice in 91, left the union and came back in 97, but I kept contact with Chris. He was working his way through as a journeyman by that time, and when I was taking my apprenticeship, he was already an instructor at 64 Signet Drive. And then came 2003. 2003, Clifton Donegal, Chris Campbell, myself, we all took a 3-day course to become either an organizer or a union rep. And at the end of that, Chris made it over the finish line. And Chris did say to us, both Clifton and I, that he would look out for us. And true to his word, fast forward to 2015, I began my career. So out of the field, became an organizer, and then a business representative. During those years, Chris worked very close with Mike York. And he assisted Mike York in, whatever political venture that we had to embark upon, and I was included in that. So when it came to elections, when it came to, putting signs in or going door to door, Chris Campbell often included me, Mike York, Lister Tennant. We were a de facto team, I guess you could say, to continue to build relations with government, and that I enjoyed. Chris looked out for me, and I thank him for that. Chris then, from business rep, he became the vice president, and during that time, I saw Chris grow. He came to me at one point and said, "Sean Blake, you've got to now start to use your platform to give back to community." And at that time, I was just trying to figure out what the meaning of business rep, the description of business rep was. And I had help, with some of the leaders of the day. But I took him up on his ask, and it was then that he introduced me to the Toronto Community Benefits Network. And he said that you must use your platform to speak for the people who don't necessarily have a voice. And that is from all of the underserved communities within the GTA. And so once I came into this space, I realized the importance of what I could do to give back, to make sure that I worked with Chris to provide pathways to meaningful careers as carpenters in the construction industry. And so, Chris, I have to applaud you for the work that you've done within all communities, but especially the community that you live in and are a part of. To that end, you've had a successful career. You persevered, you worked through, you understood that there was a system, and as long as you took the teachings from that system, you could go from, any place in the economic sort of fabric of your community where you are to where you want to be. And so you brought that to your community, and you help provide pathways to meaningful careers. And so for that, I applaud you. Now that you are retired, oh yes, you did become the president. And that is a feat that is a first for Local 27. And so I applaud you for stepping into those shoes, stepping into that space, and making it defining it further, I'll say that. In your retirement, I know, just like every other carpenter, And just like every other business representative, it's hard to get that out of your system. So I know that you will continue to provide pathways, but also to help make impactful change within all underserved communities. Congratulations on your retirement, and I hope you continue to live a life of meaning and purpose. God bless you.